I want to say it's a pleasure for me to be here. And when I see the children performing, I'm saying to myself, it took me back to Jamaica. And when I heard the sermon this morning, I said, yes. It is wonderful to have these interactions because when you're in the States, you're not even allowed. So I want to say I am delighted to be here. It's a wonderful time. Thanks for the hospitality, and I've enjoyed it. And let me start off by saying at this point in time, we are on a mission. The mission is real, and as stated earlier, we have so many things to look at. But I want to start off with little music here. In a world that's ever changing, the ways to teach a student's mind, the old ways fading, new is raging, seeking paths we have to find. From screens to tablets, knowledge flowing, learning grows with each new day. I started off with that because that song was created by artificial intelligence. The music was created by artificial intelligence. The lyrics, I give it a prompt. And I said, when I listened to Louise Bennett, I said to myself, that's another thing I need to try. See if AI would do that. We are on the road to see that there are so many possibilities with AI. And I want to say, I want to take you on a journey. My love for Jamaica is endless. They say to me, why do you have to go to Jamaica again? Because I love the country. I love the curry goat. I love when it's mango season. So I'm here for the right time. But as I think about my memories of Jamaica, I distinctly remember one day I was in primary school. Back in those days, if the children are listening, back in those days, it was not as easy as it is now. The teacher had something on the desk they called the correction, Mr. Correction. And Mr. Correction was there to ensure that you stayed in your space. Now, one day, the teacher said to me, I'm going to ask you a question, keep thinking. And I started to think. Those days, you had 3 to a desk. It means I found myself in the middle all the time. I don't know how that was possible. And then you had Steve beside me and you had Karen. Both of them were bright like morning star. So the teacher asked Karen a question. Karen answered. I said, well, I'm on the right track. The teacher asked Steve the same question and Steve gave a response. Now the teacher asks yours truly, what you expect me to say? The same answer. So I, in my mighty thoughtfulness, answered the same way, giving the same answer. And you know what the teacher said to me? What did she ask me? How did I get the answer? When she asked me how did I get the answer, I was about to answer. And I looked at Mr. Correction and said, you can't tell her I got it from Karen. They gave the same answers. So I told her I did not know. It was then her passion came out. The passion over the back, in the hand, she said, you must know. You must not follow people. From that day, I've never followed someone else giving the same answer. If I don't know, I will say I don't know and I ask you the answer. Now, when I look at that, I have a thought. What if my teacher were here today in the realm of technology? Would she not understand that I was having a problem understanding that concept? Because that's the time that Quarry was beating them all by Montreal, so you had to think of these metric systems, and I was transferring that, and I didn't have the knowledge base. But what if the technology was there for her to understand that, yes, he's having a gap? No, let me tell you, the technology is here. For all these students who have misconceptions about ideas, there are so many tools out there. And for teachers, we need to regulate and use them effectively to demonstrate that we can go on to become an institution that is recognized, flexible enough to navigate the world.
So as I move on, my thoughts go to another place. I want to ask everyone here, do you think these pictures are all real? Which one is fake? Do you see a fake picture there? Is there one real picture there? Not one? All of them are fake? Are you 100% that they're all fake? Put your hands up. Okay. If you're not sure they're fake, or if they're not fake, if you're not sure, put your hands up. Yes. Because and you know what the bottom line is? All of these pictures are fake. So what we're asking individuals to do is to make a judgment that they cannot understand. All of these are AI. And why do I say this? We're asking students to say, all right, you need to submit work that is your own. And as teachers and lecturers, we can't detect it. We're using software to navigate, and we are uncertain about it. But let me tell you this. There is hope, because you can use that technology for a purpose. I just wanted to show you that where we stand, and I'm standing with you, it's a level of uncertainty. We don't know where it's going, but what I can say to you, don't let the boat miss you as it relates to your understanding. Now, I wrote this story using a prompt. I used ChatGPT. I wanted to tell a story about a farmer living in St. Elizabeth. And I have a love for St. Elizabeth because I went to Teachers College there. Now, this farmer was planting, in the prompt it said yam. That's not yam, right? That's not yam. So it produced something, and I told about the farmer who wanted to find someone he could live with. And the story goes on that he found a woman named Marcia. So what I did, I didn't change anything. I wanted to test the capabilities of ChatGPT. So this is the image. I was all right with that. Would you be all right with that? It's not bad. So we could use it to tell a story or to describe a scene. I would go with that. But then I asked the same conversation to tell me about, of course, Bunny going to the market. This is Bunny going to the market. That is Bugs Bunny. You have the scene in Jamaica looking like a scene, a little market scene, but you have Bugs Bunny going to the market. So therefore, the system is now confused. All right? And then we move on to the next. Yes, he is living with Marcia. And let me tell you this. This was a turning point in my thought. We're expected to follow technology, but if we continue, we cannot follow technology to our grave. That's the bottom line. So it tells you that teachers are relevant. I think we have a space. This demonstration tells you that we have a space. And as we navigate the space, we must be critically conscious. I'm going to say this. I'm not preaching, sir. Forgive me. But I want to say this. Because every time I do a session, I say the Caribbean, the minority people in the United States, we are not part of the talk. And we need to be part of the talk. How can we be part of the talk? By engaging. For example, in Africa, this woman was saying, I've allowed all students in that area to have mobile phones to take pictures. Because the more we take pictures and we upload good pictures of ourselves, the better we are represented in the AI system. So therefore, part one, I'll take you on a journey. And I want to take you to a place where we can understand the education trends that's happening. And we want to look at new developments, because I think that is going to be important for us. And as we navigate down, I'm going to talk about some pedagogical stuff that you need to consider. Now, let me say that we have been on a trajectory. We started off with the printing press, and the printing press brought us a lot of advantages. Literacy rates increased, and so we moved on to chalkboards. We still have them in our classroom in Jamaica, I presume. Yes, we do. Yes, we're still using that technology, and I still have value for it. Don't be surprised. In the United States, they put these little boards on the table for you to write on. It's the same concept. They call them whiteboards. So the bottom line is, and then we had educational broadcasting systems that came in. With that, we saw the movement in the Caribbean. I would say that started in the 60s because I remember my brother going on Ring Ding with Miss Lou. Yes, he was there. And for those who don't know, Miss Lou was and still is an icon in Jamaica. Now, then we have personal computers coming in. And Jamaica started a bit later, because I remember the first time I went around a computer, that was 1991, when the Minister of Education stated that we should start doing that, and I put my hands on a computer. United States started that a long time. I see some individuals talking about the whiteboard, interactive whiteboard in the Caribbean now. Let me tell you, they're not using it in the United States anymore. So if we gravitate towards that technology that countries don't want, we cannot move towards a trend that's necessary. Because maintaining these boards are sometimes expensive. That's another thing. And if we look forward, we can go down with the internet. The internet brought a realm of new horizon. I remember sitting down in 1995 and asking a man, what's that? And he told me, this is a new technology. But he was so protective of the technology. And I'm saying to myself, I'm going to get one day.